Alright, what's up guys? Sorry, I was having a little technical difficulties earlier, but I think I got it all worked out, and we're gonna hop back in here to the 8370 and finish planting this field of corn. I don't know if I'm gonna get it all planted on camera or not, because this is a pretty decent field, and I know the planters are like 20% seed right now, so I'll be surprised if we even get around this outside row. But anyways, let's just go ahead here and hop back into the tractor. Let's turn some game volume up a little bit. We don't need the radio. Volume master. Yeah, we'll put that up to 70, 70, 60. Alright, save that real quick. Give me 1 second, I'm just gonna make sure everything is working out here on YouTube. Are we streaming? Don't want that. Yes, I believe we are streaming.
20% seed right now.
Let's turn that down. We don't need that. Alright. So I am using the Satec side panel, steering wheel, and foot pedals. So it has a little joystick on it for moving the camera, but you know, you can't really move that fast, so I tend to just use my mouse most of the time when I'm planting anyways. The only time I gotta use any buttons is at the end of the row to lift the planter. So let's go ahead and we'll just turn the planter on. We gotta drop our marker arm here. Okay, why is that not dropping? Let's see. Should. Oh, what's going on? Alright. There we go. I don't know what was going on with her there, but he was acting up. Anyways, let's get our cruise control set to about, we'll do about 7 miles an hour. And away we go. Turn. Hopefully the background music I got playing is not drowning everything out. If it is, just let me know in chat and I'll go ahead and just turn it off. It's just something for, well, me to listen to since I can't listen to normal music, and something for you to listen to because most of the time I don't know what to say during these things, so there's a lot of just awkward silences. As for live streams with Modders Without Borders, I'm going to go ahead and talk to them and see if we can't do one maybe Saturday night, possibly Sunday. I know a lot of our streams have been on Sunday, but I know a lot of you guys got to go to bed pretty early and get up to go to work on Monday. I'm one of those, but I stay up and push through being tired and having to wake up early Monday morning and go to work just to have a little fun playing Farming Simulator and hopefully putting out some enjoyable content for you guys. If you're wondering about this planter, it's not a private mod. You can actually go ahead and find it on ModHub. I believe it's right on the first page. I know there are a few John Deere planters out there that are private, but this is not one of them. So if you like this planter, go ahead and hop over to ModHub and pick yourself up one. John Deere Green seems to be a little dark on it, but I guess we can manage with that. It's no big deal. I can always go back in there and just retexture it or change the color a little bit. We gotta make that. Ah, perfect. Sweet. It is a little hard planting in first person just because the depth perception in Farming Simulator isn't the greatest, so. Anyways, if you guys have been following the Facebook page, Mckinney Farms Modding, you'll see that I'm working on a manure spreader. Don't have a timeline on when that thing's going to be done. It's kind of just my tinker project right now. I'm still working on the 1590 seed drill. It's just that some of the guys that I have in-game mods or can in-game mods, they're backed up doing other things right now. So getting stuff in-game is kind of hard right now. So I kind of just put the modeling on the back burner until they get caught up, or I somehow figure out how to in-game mods myself. Starting to learn how to texture so I can take a lot of load off of those guys. I know we have a lot of modelers in the group, but we don't have too many people who can texture and in-game, so we're pumping out more models than we are in-gaming models. As for the next charity drive, not 100% sure when it's going to be. I know we need to have a mod to release for that, so like I said, we're pretty backed up on mods right now, trying to get them in-game. So I guess once we get a decent mod in-gamed and it's something the community really wants, we'll do another charity live stream for it. If you don't know what the charity live streams are, we pick a charity. Like the last time we did for the wildfires, I forget exactly where they were at, but we did a charity stream for the wildfires. The donations were I think we made a little over $500, and all of the proceeds went to helping farmers buy what they need to get themselves back on their feet. Seed, hay, whatever they need. And then at the end of that, once the goal was reached, we released the Case Titan. So if you guys have seen that out and about, that's why that got released, because we reached the charity goal. So if you guys would like more mods like that to be released, and you really enjoyed doing something like that for a good cause, you can just follow Modders Without Borders and Mckinney Farms, and we'll normally post updates when we're going to be doing something like that. So anyways, we're about 11% left on seed, so I might have to hop over to the truck and bring the seed box over here. This is probably about as we might be able to make it to the end here. Looks like we put ourselves in a decent spot to run a seed, because there is a road here I can get the seed box down. As for my saddle tanks here, thinking about releasing them here soon. The thing is, I'm going to need to get the instructions to release with them about putting the attacher nodes to the tractor so you can attach them. I'm not 100% sure on how to do that. The tractor that I have already had it on there, and this is a private mod at the moment. I believe there's a tractor almost identical to this going to be released soon. I think it's in the works right now. I think they're just working out a few bugs here and there. Not going to go full bore and say, yeah, it's going to be released and give you a date, because honestly I have no clue, and he could change his mind at any minute. It's his mod, he can release it when he wants. Looks like we're going to make it just to the end here. Sweet. So we'll go ahead and we'll turn the planter off, lift her up. Turn the radio off. We're going to have to get this backed up over here to the road so we get the seed box over here to fill this. That's probably good enough. Go ahead and lower the planter so we can get the seed box underneath of that, or over top of that, I should say. I believe we can just run to the seed box. I believe it's right over. Where are we? So we started right here, came down this road. Ah, there it is. Swing that arm in. We'll go fill this real quick. I don't know if this is going to be enough to fill the planter or not. It might just be enough to fill the planter, but I'm not going to risk driving all the way over there with the seed box that isn't going to fill the planter to 100%. So I'm going to swing into here. And we'll get this seed box filled. head over to the planter and get that filled up and get back on our way planting. I like to do a lot of first-person driving, but the interior of this truck is just atrocious, so this is one of the few vehicles that I drive in third person. You can see it's almost impossible to drive first person in this thing. Outside is beautiful. Inside, whoever made the mod didn't finish the interior, I'm guessing. For some reason my steering wheel has a lot of dead zone to it. It's really annoying because I could have sworn I put up the dead zone to 0. I don't believe there's anything planted in this field, so we're just going to go ahead and turn around. Right here, we'll go ahead and get that arm swung out. That ought to be perfect, maybe. Close enough. Yeah, it's like I've done this before. Go ahead and hop into here. The planter refilled. Looks like we're doing alright on liquid fertilizer. Alright, I believe the planter is full. Why is it not? Okay, yeah, it is full. Okay, I was looking at the wrong thing. We're 72% on liquid fertilizer and 100% on seed. I guess whatever one is more full goes at the top. Alright, I'll just get lined up here. Go ahead and turn the planter on. And away we go. Trying to keep this as straight as possible. Kind of hard to do when you're not running GPS. Kind of hard to run GPS on these outside rows. And why is our marker not going out again? Okay, that's weird. I don't know what's going on with that. That's the only issue I've found with this mod so far. Next round shouldn't be too hard to do because I got that marker out there, so we pretty much just have to follow the line. This first outside round is kind of a pain because you really don't know where to position the tractor to keep the planter inside the field without overtaking all that grass out there. In real life, you'd be planting corn in people's yards. A lot of people don't enjoy that. In many cases, they stand in their yard and wait for you to pass by, and if you're an inch into their yard with your disc or your planter, they start raising all types of hell, chasing you down. You get out and try to apologize. There's just no reasoning with them. They just sit there and bitch you out. And, I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to go back there and dig the seed out of your yard? Wow. Whatever. Just spray it with some Roundup. It'll die. Biggest thing is toting the combine down the road and you smash someone's mailbox. Yeah, it's not a pleasant little situation there either. Normally at the beginning of harvest season, we'll just go to Walmart and we'll buy like five or six of the just plain, plastic mailboxes, and we'll keep one in the truck that normally totes the header cart. But sometimes the fields are so close that there's really no reason to detach the header and truck it down the road separately, so we'll just move the combine with the header attached. And mailboxes tend to get broken, so the guy in the header cart truck, he'll just hop out and go and see if they're home, and if they're not home, he'll just leave the mailbox on their front step, or we'll even go and put it up ourselves. Now, is this thing even leaving a mark for us? I want to say it's leaving a mark in the dirt, but it's not knocking down. It's not knocking down the stubble here. So it left a mark there. Alright, so no point in really using the marker arm. I think we might be able to start. How are we going to do this? Do I want to do another outside round, or do I just want to start GPSing it back and forth? I think we're just going to start GPSing it back and forth, so let's go ahead and get the GPS turned on. Hop in a third person real quick. Get this GPS set up. Need to. Oh, what's going on? I want to say that's straight, good enough. Whatever, we'll roll with it. Not back into first person here. The planter turned on. Then drop the planter. Planting's so much easier when we can use the GPS. Goes a lot faster. One thing I wish Farming Simulator had is I wish it would tell you how big a field is. You could either do hectares or acres. That's one thing that I really wish. That way you could be like, oh, okay, I'm farming, this field's going to be 75 acres, or this field's, 100 acres. And you could tally it up at the end of the season, and that's how many acres you're farming. You kind of just have to guess. I'd guess this is probably close to... this is probably close to 100 acres, maybe a little less, maybe like 85, somewhere around there. Not 100% sure. Well, since we're running GPS, we can just go ahead and... Oh, there we go. Just flip that steering wheel up there. We don't need that in our way. Give ourselves some more leg room. We are doing a little overplanting. That's no big deal. Just trying to get this field straightened out a little bit. see we got a couple viewers. Hello, and how's it going? Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I know I'm having an awesome day. I'm on vacation, sitting at home, playing some Farming Simulator. Just enjoying myself. It's always nice to get a couple days off work. Just sit home and relax, and get a few things done here and there. You really ain't got to worry about waking up in the morning and going to work, sleep in a little bit, get some chores done you've been putting off, whatever. Alright, we're coming in this row here, so we're just going to go ahead and drop the steering wheel back down. Alright, go ahead and lift the planter back up. Might help if we're... There we go. Don't want to run into those trees there. Hey guys, sorry I didn't catch that the live chat wasn't open. How's it going, Straight Axle Chevy? Steven Jester, hey man, how's it going? I'm doing fine, how about yourself? Hunt Gaming / Production, what's up man, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by and checking us out. Getting Racer 17 says hello. Hey man, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Do you play FS17 with a set of steering wheel and pedals? Yes, I do. I actually have the Satec steering wheel, pedal, and side panel that was released for Farming Simulator 2015, I believe it was. But that's what I got set up right now. Go ahead and put the planner on. Let's drop the planner, and away we go again. Didn't realize the live chat wasn't open, so I'm sorry I wasn't responding to you guys. So I wasn't ignoring you, I swear. Let's check something here. Yeah, we need to move. This over some. I ain't got nothing better to do than watch me. Well, I appreciate that, man. So we're just going to move this GPS course over a little bit. Hopefully we're going to get that lined up good enough. We'll come over a couple more inches. That's probably good enough. We're just getting the field straightened out here, so I'm not too worried if we're doing a little bit of overplanting. Try to play this as realistic as possible, but sometimes Farming Simulator puts limitations to how realistic you can actually be. Especially with county line here, some of the fields don't really like the GPS too much, so you'll think you'll be going straight, but really you're going at like a 25-degree angle from straight, so that kind of gets annoying. How's the weather? I'm actually in North Carolina right now, and the weather is in the high 80s. Feels like 90 with a moisture percentage of about 70 to 75%, so the weather here is pretty nice besides the humidity. We can always deal without the humidity. It kind of gets real annoying and makes you not want to go outside most of the time. But decided today I would just stay inside since it's so humid out. Play a little bit of Farming Simulator, and I got to playing and I was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything. Let's live stream, see if we can't get some people in here and watch for a little bit. You're from Ohio. Really windy and stormy at the moment. Hey, that's pretty cool. I'm actually originally from Indiana. I'm about 2 hours from the Ohio border. I have family in Hicksville, Ohio. I don't know if you know where that's at or not, but yeah, I have family there. I don't know if you know where Fort Wayne, Indiana is, but I am probably 45 minutes west of Fort Wayne, Indiana. you didn't know, I'm in the military. I'm actually stationed in North Carolina, but I'll be going back home to Indiana in December for good. So it's pretty cool to meet somebody from up north. Hey man, Farm Simulator 17 is an awesome game. You know, there could be a lot of improvements here and there, and I feel like they didn't make very many improvements from 15 that I would have liked to have seen, but you know, the mods are really what make or break the game, and 17 I would say has had some of the best mods by far. 15 has some pretty good ones, don't get me wrong. 15 did have some pretty good mods, but I just feel like the mods are way more realistic and people are taking a lot more time on their mods for 17. One game I'm really looking forward to is Cattle and Crops. I'm really hoping that game's going to turn out well. I know a lot of people like Farming Simulator just because it's kind of simple. There's not a whole lot, you know, that goes into thinking about how to play it. You kind of just go. I mean, with Cattle and Crop, I feel like there's going to be a lot more to... but what am I looking for? I feel like there's going to be a lot more to learning how to play the game. That's pretty cool, you know where all that stuff is. That's a small world. Really shows you how small the world really is. What am I doing? This is not the direction I want to be facing. Got caught up in talking and got the tractor pointed in the wrong direction here, so we'll just get this spun around real quick. But I'll jackknife it. Alright, this is the direction we want to be going. So we'll just get the GPS turned on there. And off we go. I need that whole thing open. Again, we'll just get the steering wheel out of our way since we're on GPS. Huh, that's pretty cool. You're cultivating and I'm planting. How's your cultivating going? You having fun? Cultivating always tends to get real boring. I mean, planting gets pretty boring too, especially when you're in a pretty big field and you gotta set on GPS. Most of the time I sit here on my phone and, you know, I hear beep, 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 beep. And I look up and my tractor's getting ready to run into a fence or a tree and it's like, yeah, I need to pay attention. Yes, this is a DB60. If you were here when I said it's actually, this DB60 itself is actually available on ModHub. I believe it's on the first page as soon as you pull up ModHub. So this isn't a private mod by no means. You can go to ModHub and pick it up for free. And all you gotta do is download it and throw it in your mods folder and bam, you got yourself a decent DB60 with some smart boxes on it. I don't know if I'm a big fan of the smart box. I kind of like the original boxes, but hey, a decent mod, I'll use it. Not 100% sure how my audio sounds because I was having some technical difficulties with it earlier. So hopefully it's sounding decent. It's not all distorted or too loud or too quiet or got a bunch of background noise in it. Hopefully I dealt with that. There it is. I'm trying to find my dip can here. What's wrong with the DB120? I believe I have one, and I don't think it's a private one. Not 100% sure on that, but I have a DB120, and I've used it, and it tends to work just fine. I've never had any problems with it. What problems are you having with that DB120? Maybe I'll be able to help you out a little bit with it. You're having problems with the mod itself, or you're having problems getting it to download? Not 100% sure what share mod is. I don't know if it's like a link site where you can upload mods and people can come and download it, or if it's like Dropbox or something. So the mod's downloading corrupt. Okay, so I'll have to ask if the DB120 we have is a private mod. If not, I'll upload it to my Dropbox and I'll send you a link. If you're not following my Facebook page, if you want, go ahead and follow that, Mckinney Farms Modding, and I'll post a link on there for you. It probably is just, it's non-copyright music I got playing in the background, so it's probably just some person playing a song on their guitar. Well, that's good. Your fields aren't too big. Tend to make things a little easier, not as boring. When you get fields, you know, this size or a little bit bigger, things tend to get a little boring, and you normally just hire a worker and walk away, and you come back 45 minutes later and your tractor's out of seed halfway through the thing, or it's ran out of fuel, and you're like, damn it, I was just hoping this thing was done. But what I'm dipping on is Copenhagen Wintergreen. I'm a big Copenhagen fan. Tend to dip Copenhagen Wintergreen, Copenhagen Mint, and sometimes Copenhagen Straight, just depending on how I'm feeling. But 9 times out of 10, I got a can of Copenhagen Wintergreen. I'll have to take out that road sign there. Alright, now we're in business. We're not overplanting, not missing anything, and we're going in a straight line, so that's always a good day. Get this damn steering wheel back out of our way. We don't need it. The joys of modern technology when you don't need the steering wheel. It's like we're doing good on seed and we're doing good on liquid fertilizer. Nice thing about these tanks is you never really have to worry about liquid fertilizer too often. These tanks hold quite a bit of liquid fert, so not sure how long I want to live stream. I'm not even 100% sure how long we've been going now. I want to keep it around an hour, an hour or so. After a while, it kind of just gets boring and people start leaving, and it's like, yeah, what's the point if no one's watching, But if you guys are here talking to me and giving me questions to answer, and, we're having a good time, then why not sit here and play a little farming simulator and just have a nice little conversation with people. I like meeting new people, especially people that have the same interests and we have stuff in common to talk about. That's kind of crappy that YouTube would flag that and take that down. I started dipping when I was 14. My first pinch of dip was Grizzly Wintergreen. And I tell you what, it knocked me clean on my rear end. I was in the back seat of a car. We had just eaten McDonald's. It was me, my stepbrother, and one of my best friends. And they had already been dipping, and they're like, hey man, just, give my sister some money, who was my best friend's sister, who was at the time 18 and was, legal age to buy tobacco. She went in and bought me a can of Grizzly Wintergreen, and I opened it up, and she was in getting her hair done, and we sat out in the car and ate our McDonald's, and like, all right, man, now you got some food in your stomach, it shouldn't be as bad. So I opened the can. I didn't know how to pack it at the time, so I just opened the can, and I grabbed a hefty little, thumb and index finger full of it, and put it in my lip, and I sat there for, I don't know, it was probably about 5 minutes past, and I was like, oh, this ain't so bad. And then at about that 6 minute mark, it just hit me like a freight train. I was dizzy, and just everything around me felt like it was spinning. Felt like I was gonna be sick. The car, she got back from getting her hair done, and the car started moving, and I'm just sitting in the back with my head like on the back of the headrest, and I'm just like, oh, I'm dying. So I keep the dip in for probably 30 to 45 minutes, because it's a 20-minute car ride, and we got back to their house, and they're like, oh, you can't take it out yet. So I left it in, and finally I was like, all right, I gotta take it out. So I took it out, and even an hour after taking it out, I just felt like crap. I was dizzy. I felt like I was gonna throw up. I couldn't walk straight. It was terrible. I was like, I'm never gonna dip again, never gonna dip again. And then one day, my grandpa, he's chewed tobacco for a while too, and he's like, hey, I'm going to the tobacco store. Do you want anything? And I was like, you know what? Get me a can of Skull Cherry. So he goes to the store, gets a can of Skull Cherry, and brings it back, and I start dipping that, and never had a problem since. After I finished with a can of Skull Cherry, I went and bought myself a can of Grizzly Wintergreen, and I could dip it just fine. The hardest thing about dipping was, telling my mom, hey, I'm using chewing tobacco, and, being a farmer and from the country and stuff, it was kind of just when it was going to happen, not if it was going to happen. So a lot of my family members had chewed tobacco. I know my uncle chews, my grandpa chews, my stepbrother chewed. My mom used to smoke, and my stepdad used to smoke. So they don't smoke anymore, and thank God, because smoking is terrible for you. I mean, chewing tobacco is probably just as bad, but you smell like smoke. Your teeth just get all nasty. I mean, chewing tobacco can turn your teeth yellow, but if you just keep up with your brushing, it kind of just tends to stay not as yellow as smoking. But there's nothing worse than getting in someone's car and it reeks like smoke, or you pass by somebody and it just smells like smoke. It's just, no, smoking is just terrible. He started smoking cigarettes at 12. Wow. See, I was never a big fan of smoking. The only time I really smoke is if I'm drinking, and that's maybe 1 or 2 cigarettes. But you wake up in the morning and your mouth just tastes like just nasty. Cigarettes are no good. This song sounds like Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash. How's my spreader going? It's going. Still got a lot of modeling left to do on it, and I gotta go back through and add the hydraulic hoses. I started messing with getting it textured last night. Still trying to learn how to do all that, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. I'm a self-taught modeler, so I'm pretty sure I can teach myself how to texture. All I gotta do is find a decent video on how to properly do it. The only thing that I really wish I could learn how to do is in-game. I really wish I could learn how to do that, but I guess it takes, in-gaming takes longer than it does to model a mod sometimes, so. Red Devil Vet 82. This is County Line. I'm not sure it's released yet, so if you want, you can go to the mod sites and see if it's on there, but not 100% sure it's released. I don't even think this map is finished yet, so I believe it's not released yet. I don't know how we got our hands on it, but here it is. Well, I'm glad you quit smoking. That's always a good thing. I need to quit dipping. I've told myself time and time again, I need to stop. I need to stop. You know, one more can, and here we are. You know, months later, still one more can. Oh, you're a firefighter. Hey, man, thanks. Thanks for what you do. I really appreciate you risking your life, you know, going into burning houses and stuff. Before I joined the military, I was actually gonna be a volunteer firefighter because my uncle is one, and I always thought it was pretty cool. But after the military, I want to be an Indiana State Trooper. So hopefully everything lines up for when I get out that I can, you know, start going to their training and stuff, getting all the paperwork done. And right now they're not hiring anybody. I called 2 weeks ago to see about, you know, getting the paperwork started since I get out of the military in December. But they're not hiring anybody right now. They said maybe August or February time frame. So hopefully they'll have an opening by the time I get out where I can get in there. You know, everyone's like, why do you want to be a cop nowadays? You know, cops are getting shot left and right, and it's, you know, that's a risk you got to take. But me, I'm one of those people that give my shirt off my back for somebody. My mom's always like, you know, why you do that? You know, my friend could call me, hey, I'm broke down, you know, 300 miles away, and I'd hop in my car without even thinking and drive that 300 miles just to pick him up. Or, you know, if somebody needed a little extra cash here and there, I'd be more than happy to spot them some cash. So being a cop, I just really feel like it's just in my genes to be a cop, just to go out and help people. I know sometimes we have to issue tickets, but you know, you gotta obey the law. It's there for a reason. It's there to keep you safe and other people safe. Should we fill the planter? We got 29% seed left. I don't know if that's going to be enough to get us down and back. I think we're going to go ahead and just fill the planter. Boogie on down here and get the seed box. Put that arm in just so we don't smack cars coming down the road. Thank you. Not 100% sure where this truck came from. I know I downloaded off the Modders Without Borders server. So... Let's get this off the road. We needed to fix something here. Automatic engine start off. There we go. And back to plant we go. Not sure how much longer I'm going to live stream for. I know it's probably getting kind of boring and the chat's kind of died down, so there's really not much more to talk about. If you got any questions, just go ahead and throw them up in the chat and I'll try to answer them real quick. We'll do another down and back after this, down and back, and we'll call it a live stream for today. I'm going to try to live stream probably maybe 1 to 2 more times this week. I might do one tomorrow and then I might do one on Thursday. Tomorrow we're going to probably plant some soybeans. I don't know if I'm going to continue playing on this map or not. I have another map that I play on where it's more real life. I plant when farmers plant in real life. I got all my planting done on that map. And I got all my anhydrous knifes. I believe I just got to go ahead and spray a couple more fields of soybeans. And then I'll be done until later this spring. Well, I guess midsummer you should say. Go ahead and spray another round of dirt on them. If you guys have any suggestions for live streams or videos, I think I'm going to start making just videos, you know, so you don't have to sit here and watch the whole thing. we'll do cuts and edits here and make it a little more enjoyable to watch than just sitting here watching me go down and back, down and back. So if you have any video suggestions or live stream suggestions, go ahead and throw them in the chat and I'll see what I can do about getting that stuff in the works. We're running about 7.5 mile an hour here planting corn, if you're wondering. Alright guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream right here. I really appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out Mckinney Farms Modding's Facebook page, YouTube page, and Modders Without Borders Facebook page and YouTube page. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace out.